Welcome, friends, but to a journey unlike any other. A journey that takes us back to the very beginning, where the stories of our ancestors help us understand our own. It's a voyage through time, where we'll uncover the mysteries of why we feel the way we do, why we chase after likes and hearts in a digital world, and what truly connects us in this vast universe. Think of history like a big old book that's been around way before we were born. It's full of stories that help us understand why we feel happy or sad sometimes. It might sound strange, but learning about what happened a long time ago can help us figure out our own feelings. It's because we're part of a big story that's been going on for years and years. And what happened before affects how things are now. And here's the thing, this grand adventure doesn't just belong to the past. It's alive, right here, in our everyday lives. From the moment we wake up to the moment we fall asleep, we're part of this story. Yes, even when we're scrolling through our phones or chatting with a friend online. Because, believe it or not, the digital world we navigate every day and the connections we make are threads in the same story that began long, long ago. Our tale begins in a world much different from our own, a place where the rustling leaves and the roaring seas spoke to people's hearts, where mighty beings were believed to control fate itself. But as the pages turn, we find ourselves in today's world, where technology and achievements shape our dreams and desires. Let's dive a bit deeper. You see, back in the day, our ancestors found comfort in believing that gods and mighty beings had a plan for everything, from the changing seasons to the luck they encountered. Fast forward to our world, and we're steering the ship on our own, relying on technology and achievements to find happiness. But here's the twist. Sometimes, this makes us feel more lost and alone than ever. Why? Because while building skyscrapers and exploring space are amazing feats, they don't always answer the big questions about happiness and connection. This shift, from looking outward to the stars for guidance to looking inward to ourselves, has left some of us feeling a bit adrift in a sea of possibilities. Picture history as a big stream. Long ago, people let the stream carry them and hoped the gods would keep them safe. But now we're all in our own little boats, trying to row, sometimes mixed up about which way to go. This can make figuring out life pretty tough. And it's why we sometimes feel down without knowing the reason. Let's go on a trip back in time together to dig up old tales and see how they still pop up in our lives now. Ready? In today's world, we're all connected by our phones and computers. It's like we're all holding onto a giant web that keeps us together. This isn't something that just happened. It's been building up from the past. By looking back, we can understand why we do things the way we do now and why something as simple as a new app can change how we talk to each other and think about our friends. In the digital world we live in, it's important to remember that there are things more important in life than being glued to our screens. That's why I encourage you to take a tech time out once a week. Dedicate an hour or an afternoon to stepping away from all electronic devices. Instead, go outside. Feel the sun on your face, read a paper book, or dive into a hands-on hobby like painting or gardening. It's a small but powerful step that helps us reconnect with the physical world and ourselves. reminding us of the vast, beautiful world that exists beyond our gadgets. So next time you find yourself reaching for your phone out of habit, pause and consider if this could be the perfect moment for your tech timeout. It's a practice that not only benefits our mental well-being, but also strengthens our appreciation for direct real-world experiences. Let's see how our world today, full of gadgets and the internet, is still following some of those old stories. Long before we had phones or the internet, people believed in gods and all sorts of powerful beings. They thought these beings controlled everything, from the weather to their luck. These beliefs were a big deal and shaped how people saw the world. But as time went on, people started focusing more on what humans can do, like building skyscrapers or going to the moon. We started asking ourselves what life's all about, since we're not talking to the gods for answers anymore. It's like we're on a big adventure, figuring out life's puzzles with our own hands and minds. When we stopped hanging out with gods in our stories, our lives changed a lot. Now it's up to us to find our own path and make sense of the world. This is a pretty big deal because it shapes how we see everything, from the stars in the sky to the dreams we chase. We're crafting our own stories, trying to find our place in this vast universe without a divine roadmap. Now, with gods not on speed dial, we start thinking about what makes us tick and what stories we tell ourselves about this wild ride called life. It makes us wonder, in a world where we often chase big dreams and milestones, how do we find true happiness? Here's a simple yet powerful way to keep our feet on the ground and appreciate the journey. Create a gratitude jar. It's really easy to do. Just find any jar and, each day, jot down one thing you're thankful for on a small piece of paper. It could be anything that made you smile or feel good, like enjoying a sunny day, reading a captivating book, or having a good laugh with a friend. Then, fold the paper and drop it into the jar. Whenever you're feeling down or lost in the hustle and bustle, open the jar and read a few of your notes. This practice helps us remember that true happiness often comes from the little moments and the simple things in life, not just the big achievements or milestones we're conditioned to pursue relentlessly. By doing this, we not only nurture a habit of gratitude, but also create a physical reminder of the many joys and blessings in our life, big and small. It's a step towards recognizing and valuing the everyday wonders that contribute to our happiness and well-being. We have taken a pretty cool trip back in time, right? Seeing how people long ago believed in powerful beings and how those beliefs shaped everything. And we've seen how, over time, we started to rely on ourselves more, building amazing things and exploring new frontiers. But this makes me wonder, and maybe you'll wonder too, in all our rushing around to be amazing and get noticed, are we missing out on the really good stuff? What really makes us happy when we're not trying to impress anyone? Guess what? We're going to dig into that very question. In our next video, we're going to talk about the pressure to be super awesome all the time, and see if that's really what makes us feel good inside. We will look at why saying hi to a neighbor, laughing with friends, or just enjoying a sunny day might be the real superpowers we didn't know we had. So, don't go far. There's more to this story, and you won't want to miss it.